I don't even know how to begin this without breaking down, but I need to get this out because if I keep it inside any longer, I think I'm going to explode. My name is Rachel, I'm 29 years old, and 6 months ago, I gave birth to the most beautiful baby girl I've ever seen. Her name is Lily, and she has these huge brown eyes that look just like mine, and her father's dimples that show up when she smiles in her sleep. She's perfect. Absolutely perfect. But the first 4 months of her life were the darkest, most terrifying months I've ever experienced, and the person who was supposed to hold my hand through it all was the one who made it infinitely worse. I met Derek when I was 24. He was 26, working in sales for a tech company, charming in that easy way that some men are. He made me laugh constantly, remembered little details about things I'd mentioned in passing, always knew exactly what to say to make me feel special. We got married 2 years later in this beautiful ceremony at a botanical garden, surrounded by friends and family who all said we were the perfect couple. I believed them. God, I really believed them. When I got pregnant last year, Derek seemed excited. He came to most of the ultrasound appointments, helped me pick out nursery furniture, even took a weekend to paint the baby's room this soft lavender color I'd fallen in love with. He'd put his hand on my belly and talked to Lily before she was born, telling her about all the things he was going to teach her, all the places we'd go as a family. I felt so safe. So sure that we were going to do this together. Lily was born on March 18th at 2:37 in the morning after 19 hours of labor. It was brutal and exhausting, and the most incredible thing I'd ever done. When they put her on my chest for the first time, I looked up at Derek and he had tears running down his face. "She's perfect," he whispered. "You're perfect. I love you so much." In that moment, I thought we could handle anything. The first 2 weeks were hard but manageable. Lily was a good baby, relatively speaking. She nursed well, slept in 2 to 3 hour stretches, didn't cry excessively. My mom stayed with us for those first 14 days, helping with everything from diaper changes to making sure I actually ate meals. Derek took his 2 weeks of paternity leave and was around, though looking back now I realize he was around more than he was actually helpful. He'd hold Lily when she was quiet and happy, hand her back the second she started to fuss. He'd do 1 or 2 diaper changes a day, and act like he'd performed major surgery. But I didn't push it because I was so tired and overwhelmed that any help felt like something. Then my mom left. Derek went back to work. And I was alone with this tiny human who depended on me for literally everything. That's when things started to fall apart. Not with Lily, with me. I started feeling this crushing anxiety that I couldn't shake. Every time Lily cried, I'd feel this surge of panic, convinced something was horribly wrong. I'd check her breathing constantly, sometimes setting alarms to wake myself up at night just to make sure she was still alive even though she was right there in the bassinet next to me. I couldn't sleep even when she was sleeping because my brain wouldn't shut off. It just kept spinning with all these terrible scenarios, all these ways I could fail her or hurt her or lose her. I stopped eating properly because I couldn't find the time or energy. I'd go whole days on granola bars and coffee. I stopped showering regularly because the idea of being separated from Lily for even 10 minutes made my chest tight with fear. I looked in the mirror one day and didn't recognize myself. I'd lost too much weight too fast, my hair was a greasy mess. I had dark circles under my eyes that made me look hollow. But more than that, I felt hollow. Like someone had scooped out everything inside me and replaced it with static. I tried to talk to Derek about it. God, I really tried. One night, when he got home from work, I was sitting on the couch crying while Lily slept in her swing. He walked in, saw me, and his whole face just tensed up. "What's wrong?" he asked, but not in a concerned way. More like he was asking what he'd have to deal with now. "I don't know," I said, and I really didn't. "I just feel so overwhelmed." I can't stop worrying about her. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I feel like I'm drowning. Rachel, you're just tired. All new moms are tired. You'll adjust. It feels like more than tired. It feels like something's wrong with me. He sighed, this long, exasperated sigh that made me feel about 2 inches tall. You're being dramatic. This is what having a baby is like. You think you're the first woman to ever feel overwhelmed. Just take a nap when she naps. Everyone says that. I can't nap. I can't turn my brain off. Then try harder. Try harder. Like it was a choice. Like I was just being lazy or difficult. I didn't bring it up again after that. Things got worse. By the time Lily was 2 months old, I was having full panic attacks multiple times a day. I'd be feeding her and suddenly my heart would start racing, my vision would blur, I couldn't catch my breath. I'd have these intrusive thoughts, horrible images of something happening to her that I couldn't control. I knew the thoughts weren't rational, but that didn't make them any less terrifying. I was barely functioning. Some days I couldn't even get dressed. I'd just stay in my pajamas all day, moving from the couch to the nursery, and back again like a zombie. Derek's response to all of this was to pull away. He started working longer hours, saying he needed to pick up the slack, since I wasn't working anymore. He'd come home at 8 or 9 at night instead of 6. On weekends, he'd make plans with his friends, going to play basketball, or grab drinks, or watch games at someone's house. I need to decompress, he'd say when I asked him to stay home. I'm working all week. I need a break. I need a break too, I said once. I'm with her 24/7. I haven't left the house in 2 weeks except to go to the pediatrician. It's different. You're her mom. This is your job now. My job. Like caring for our daughter was something only I was responsible for. Like he'd just been a sperm donor, and now his part was done. But I was too exhausted to fight about it. Too depleted to argue. So I just let him go. The incident that broke everything happened when Lily was almost 4 months old. Derek's college friends were in town for the weekend. There were 4 of them, guys he'd been close with in school, but only saw once or twice a year now. They'd planned this whole weekend together, staying at our house, going out to bars, reliving their glory days or whatever. Derek had told me about it a month in advance, and I'd said it was fine, because what else was I supposed to say? That Saturday, they all showed up at our place around noon. I'd managed to shower that morning, the first time in 3 days, and had thrown on jeans and a clean shirt. I'd even put on a little makeup, trying to look like a human being. But I was running on maybe 4 hours of sleep total over the last 2 days, because Lily was going through some kind of sleep regression and waking up every hour. I was barely holding it together. The guys came in loud and boisterous, all hugs and backslapping and jokes. I tried to smile and be welcoming. I really did. I even made sandwiches for everyone while they hung out in the living room, catching up. Lily was in her bouncer, awake and starting to fuss. I picked her up, held her against my shoulder while I finished putting lunch together. Ratch, can you bring us some beers? Derek called from the other room. I brought out a platter of sandwiches and grabbed some beers from the fridge. My hands were shaking from exhaustion, but I made it to the living room without dropping anything. Lily started crying, that building wail that meant she was getting hungry. I sat down on the edge of the couch, trying to bounce her a little to calm her down. You gonna feed her? Derek asked. Yeah, I just need a minute to. Well, maybe do it in the other room. We are trying to hang out here. I stared at him. Excuse me. One of his friends, Tyler, laughed. Bro, you getting kicked out of your own living room already? Married life, man. Tell me about it, Derek said, and he was smiling. Actually smiling. Rachel's been super intense since the baby. Can't do anything without getting criticized. My stomach dropped. Derek. I came home 20 minutes late from work the other day, and you'd think I'd committed a crime. She was freaking out about having to handle bedtime alone, as if she doesn't do it every night anyway. The guys laughed. Another one, Matt, shook his head. That's why I'm not having kids anytime soon. Women get crazy after they give birth. Right? Derek leaned forward, animated now. It's like she forgot how to be fun. Everything's a crisis. The baby sneezes and Rachel acts like we need to go to the ER. She barely gets dressed anymore. Literally lives in the same pair of sweatpants. I'm like, babe, you know we're still married, right? You could try a little. They all laughed. All of them. Like I wasn't sitting right there. Like I was just some punchline, some ball and chain, some nagging wife who'd let herself go. Lily was screaming now, full on crying, and I couldn't move. I just sat there, holding my crying baby, listening to my husband mock me for struggling. Mocking me for the darkest, hardest thing I'd ever been through. Making jokes about my appearance, my anxiety, my desperate attempts to keep our daughter alive and healthy and cared for. Rachel, seriously, can you take her upstairs? Derek said, and he sounded annoyed. We can barely hear ourselves think. I stood up. I don't remember deciding to stand up, my body just did it automatically. I looked at Derek and he was looking back at me like I was an inconvenience. Like I was ruining his fun time with his boys. And something inside me just snapped. Fuck you, I said quietly. The room went silent. Derek's eyebrows shot up. What? I said fuck you, Derek. My voice was steady now, clear. Fuck you for every single thing you just said. Fuck you for mocking me to your friends. Fuck you for making me feel like I'm crazy when I'm actually drowning. And fuck you for being such an absent, useless excuse for a father and husband that you don't even see what's happening to me. Rachel, Jesus, calm down. No. I'm done calming down. I'm done being quiet. Do you have any idea what the last 4 months have been like for me? Do you have any concept of what I'm going through? You're tired, we get it. I'm not tired, Derek. I'm sick. I have postpartum depression and anxiety, and I've been trying to tell you for months, but you keep dismissing me and telling me I'm being dramatic. He looked uncomfortable now. His friends were staring at their laps. You never said it was that serious. I told you I couldn't stop worrying. I told you I couldn't sleep. I told you I felt like I was drowning. What the hell did you think that meant? I thought you were adjusting. Well, I'm not adjusting, I'm falling apart. And instead of helping me, instead of being there for me, you're up here making fun of me. Telling your friends I've let myself go, like I haven't been keeping a human being alive with my actual body. Like I haven't been doing every single night waking, every feeding, every diaper, every doctor's appointment, everything while you go to work and hang out with your friends and act like you're the one making sacrifices. Lily was still crying. I was crying too now, tears streaming down my face. I needed you. I needed you so badly and you weren't there. You're still not there. You're standing right in front of me and you're not there. Derek stood up. Okay, look, maybe we should talk about this later when you're calmer. Don't you dare. Don't you dare tell me to calm down. You just humiliated me in front of your friends. You mocked me for struggling with something you helped create. This is your daughter too, Derek. Your daughter. But I've been doing this completely alone. That's not fair. I work full-time. And I work 24/7. I don't get to clock out. I don't get to go play basketball, or grab beers, or decompress. I'm on call every second of every day and night, and I'm doing it with a broken brain that won't stop telling me that something terrible is going to happen. One of his friends, the one who'd been mostly quiet, stood up. Hey, maybe we should give you guys some space. We can go grab some food or something. No, I said. You should hear this. You should all hear this. Because one day you might have kids, and your wives or girlfriends might struggle, and you need to know that it's real. That postpartum depression is real, and it's not just being tired, or being dramatic, or letting yourself go. It's a chemical imbalance in your brain that makes you feel like you're going insane. And when the person you love most makes fun of you for it, it's devastating. They shuffled out, mumbling awkward goodbyes. Derek and I stood there in our living room, with Lily crying between us. I was shaking, adrenaline flooding my system. You embarrassed me, Derek said finally. I actually laughed, this broken, hollow sound. I embarrassed you. Are you fucking kidding me right now? You just went off on me in front of my friends. After you spent 10 minutes making fun of me to those same friends. After you mocked my appearance and my anxiety and everything I've been going through. I was just joking around. Guys do that. It didn't mean anything. It meant everything, Derek. It meant you have no respect for me. No empathy. No understanding of what I'm experiencing. It meant that you see me as a burden instead of your wife who's struggling. That's not true. Then prove it. Tell me right now, without deflecting or making excuses, do you understand that I have postpartum depression? That it's a medical condition, not a personality flaw. He was quiet for a long moment. I don't know. Maybe. I thought that was something rare. It affects 1 in 7 women. It's not rare. And I have it. I've had it since about 2 weeks postpartum, and it's gotten worse, because I haven't gotten help, because every time I try to tell you what's happening, you dismiss me. So what do you want me to do? I want you to help me get help. I want you to come to a doctor's appointment with me. I want you to take care of your daughter for more than 20 minutes at a time so I can shower and eat a real meal and maybe sleep for more than an hour. I want you to be my partner. That's all I've ever wanted. Lily's cries had turned into these desperate, hiccuping sobs. I started nursing her right there in the living room, too exhausted to care about Derek's comfort. He watched me, something shifting in his expression. I didn't know it was this bad, he said quietly. Because you didn't want to know. Because it was easier to think I was just being difficult than to acknowledge that I was suffering. I'm sorry. Sorry isn't enough. I need action. I need change. I need you to step up, right now, today, or I'm taking Lily and going to stay with my mom while I figure out what to do next. That got his attention. What? You can't just leave. Watch me. I'm not raising our daughter in a house where her father thinks her mother is a joke. I'm not staying in a marriage where I'm belittled for having a medical condition. I'm worth more than that. Lily deserves more than that. Derek sat down heavily on the couch. He put his head in his hands. Fuck. I really screwed this up, didn't I? Yeah. You did. What do I do? How do I fix this? For starters, you call your friends and apologize for what you said about me. Then you call my mom and ask her what postpartum depression actually is because clearly you won't listen to me. Then tomorrow morning, you call my OB and make me an appointment to discuss treatment options. And from now on, you do 50% of the nighttime wakings, 50% of the diaper changes, 50% of everything. This is your child too. Okay. His voice cracked a little. Okay. I'll do all of that. I promise. And Derek? If you ever mock me again for something I'm struggling with, especially to make yourself look good in front of your friends, we are done. I mean it. I'll leave and I'll take Lily and you'll have to explain to her why her daddy couldn't be bothered to respect her mommy. He nodded, tears in his eyes now. I understand. I'm so sorry, Ratch. I'm so fucking sorry. I didn't get it. I should have, but I didn't, and I'm sorry. That was 6 weeks ago. Derek did everything I asked him to. He called his friends that night and from what I understand, told them he'd been completely out of line and that I was dealing with a serious medical condition. He called my mom the next morning and spent over an hour on the phone with her, learning about postpartum depression and anxiety. He came with me to my OB appointment, where I was diagnosed officially and prescribed medication, and connected with a therapist who specializes in maternal mental health. And he started helping. Really helping. He does every other night waking now. When he gets home from work, he takes Lily for at least 2 hours so I can have time to myself. On weekends, he encourages me to leave the house, to go get coffee, or see a friend, or just drive around by myself for an hour. He tells me I'm beautiful even when I'm in sweatpants with unwashed hair. He asks me every single day how I'm feeling and actually listens to the answer. The medication has helped. The therapy has helped. But honestly, having my husband actually be my partner has helped most of all. I'm not better yet, not completely, but I'm so much better than I was. The panic attacks are less frequent. The intrusive thoughts are manageable. I can sleep when Lily sleeps now. I can enjoy being her mom instead of just surviving it. Last week, we were lying in bed after finally getting Lily down for the night. Derek turned to me and said, "I'm really proud of you. For speaking up. For demanding what you needed. For not letting me get away with treating you badly." "I'm proud of me too," I said. And I meant it. I was a shit husband. A shit father. I'm going to spend the rest of my life making up for those 4 months. You weren't a shit father. You were an ignorant father. But you learned. That's what matters. I love you. I love you so much and I'm so sorry I made you feel like you had to go through that alone. I love you too. And I forgive you. But Derek, if you ever pull something like that again. I won't. I swear to God, I won't. I see you now. I see what you went through. I see what you're still going through. And I'm here. I'm really here. This whole experience changed me. It changed us. I'm not going to lie and say it was worth it, because those 4 months were hell and I wouldn't wish them on anyone. But it taught me that I'm stronger than I thought. That I can advocate for myself even when I'm at my lowest. That I won't accept being treated as less than, even by the person I love most. My husband mocked me while I was struggling with postpartum depression, tried to look cool in front of his friends at my expense. What did I do? I stood up, told him exactly what he was doing wrong, demanded better, and refused to settle for anything less. And when he stepped up, when he proved he could change and grow and be the partner I needed, I let him back in. But make no mistake, I would have left. I was ready to leave. And that's something every woman needs to know about herself, that you're strong enough to walk away from someone who won't respect your pain. Even when you love them. Even when you have a child together. Even when you're at your absolute weakest. I'm Rachel, I'm 29 years old, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I'm a survivor. And I'm not ashamed anymore of what I went through. Postpartum depression is real, it's brutal, and it's nothing to be mocked. If my story helps even one person speak up about their own struggles, or demand better from their partner, then maybe all of this meant something. To anyone else going through this, you're not crazy. You're not dramatic. You're not alone. And you deserve support, not jokes made at your expense. Stand up for yourself. Get help. And don't let anyone, not even the person you married, make you feel small for struggling with something this enormous. My daughter is 6 months old now. She's sleeping better. I'm sleeping better. Derek and I are rebuilding our marriage on a foundation of actual partnership and mutual respect. Some days are still hard. Some days I still struggle. But I'm not drowning anymore. I'm swimming. And slowly, finally, I'm reaching the shore.